Chosen one, lock your attention on my voice right now. That urge to scroll past this message is not random. Resist it. The enemy has been working overtime against your peace for one very specific reason, because he knows exactly what shifts the moment you receive these words. You did not find this by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here tonight. God brought you here. This is a divine appointment scheduled before the foundations of the earth. I know what the last 72 hours have felt like for you. The atmosphere in your home has been inexplicably heavy. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a strange weight on your chest. You try to explain this invisible pressure to the people closest to you, but they just stare at you blankly and tell you that you are just working too hard. But your spirit knows the truth. This is not normal exhaustion. You walk into a room and the conversations suddenly stop. You feel like a complete stranger in your own life. The people you used to laugh with now look at you with quiet suspicion. You're not imagining this shift. You're not being too sensitive. What you are sensing in the spiritual realm is absolutely real, and I am confirming it to you right now so you can finally stop doubting your own intuition. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly why they tried to end your spiritual life. I will expose the specific lie that has been keeping you trapped in this dark cycle of isolation. At the conclusion of this message, I will share with you the precise declaration that solidifies everything heaven has declared over you. Please refrain from clicking away. Remain with me until the very last word. If you depart before reaching the end, you forfeit the verdict. Let's take an honest look at what you have recently been carrying. You have always been the person others turn to in their moments of brokenness. You invest substantial energy while receiving little in return. They siphon your light to fill their own empty vessels. When you finally seek a safe refuge to rest, you find yourself alone in an empty room, realizing that you are entirely on your own. This abrupt sense of isolation is no coincidence. The assaults on your mind have intensified in ways that defy logical explanation. You feel an unrelenting undercurrent of anxiety pressing down on your thoughts. The adversary seeks to convince you that you are losing touch with reality. He wants you to internalize this pain and blame yourself for the growing distance, for he is genuinely frightened of your untapped potential. Throughout your life, others have deemed you too deep and too quiet. They urged you to tone it down and stop taking everything so seriously. Gradually, you began to view your sensitivity as a flaw, dimming your own light to keep those around you comfortable. However, dimming your light never ceased the spiritual warfare waged against you. It only plunged you into deeper misery and exhaustion. You find yourself standing between two identities at this moment. The old version of yourself is fading away, while a new one is being birthed. The friction you sense signifies that transition. It is painful because the previous structures of your life cannot accommodate the new frequency you are emitting. You are outgrowing the very environment that once felt like home, a process that is undoubtedly terrifying to navigate alone. Yet, I urge you to anchor your spirit in this truth. The intense warfare you are enduring is, in fact, a significant confirmation. It serves as undeniable proof that you are moving in the right direction. The enemy does not expend premium attacks on individuals without premium assignments. He specifically targets those capable of dismantling his kingdom, which explains the unrelenting nature of the assaults on your peace. Your spiritual adversaries aim to crush you quietly in darkness, seeking to bury you beneath the weight of rejection and loneliness, preventing you from discovering your true self. They attempted to extinguish your spiritual life before it could fully blossom, but their plan has failed miserably. You are still alive. You are still standing. And now, you are awakening to the beautiful reality of your calling. Do not allow their confusion to make you question your own clarity. The spiritual realm is alive with activity concerning your life at this moment. The changes unfolding around you are not designed to harm you. They are intended to free you from the silent restraints that have held you back. You are being positioned for a significant breakthrough, while the enemy does everything possible to blind you to this reality. You glance at your phone and notice that no one checks on you. You have always been the strong friend, the one who keeps everyone else together. Yet, when your life falls apart, the deafening silence from those you supported is unsettling. You may wonder if you are simply difficult to love, questioning heaven about whether you did something to deserve such complete abandonment. They made you a scapegoat for their unresolved issues. Any misfortune that befell them was somehow blamed on you. You absorbed their toxic energy, yearning to bring healing to every situation. However, they were not interested in healing. They merely wanted someone to carry their burdens, allowing them to walk away freely. Over the years, you have tried to fit into spaces that consistently stifled your spirit. You contorted your personality to ensure their comfort, yet rejection continued to occur regardless. It felt like an inescapable curse, no matter how hard you attempted to be pleasing to them. But allow me to completely reframe your reality at this moment. I urge you to carefully consider this next truth. That painful isolation you have perceived as a punishment was never truly a punishment. It was preparation. God did not remove the crowd from your life to leave you in darkness. He did so to finally communicate with you without their constant interference. Your isolation is not indicative of your disqualification. It is undeniable evidence of your selection. When heaven intends to elevate someone to a new spiritual frequency, it first leads them into the wilderness. The wilderness is not a place of demise, but rather the sacred space where you are rebuilt from the inside out. Those who have distanced themselves from you recently did not reject you. They were simply picking up on a spiritual frequency they were not yet capable of understanding. Your vibration has ascended. They withdrew because your spiritual growth made their comfortable stagnation intolerable. You were never genuinely rejected. You were divinely redirected. What is leaving your life is only making way for what is genuinely meant for you. Heaven had to clear the space decisively because the assignment on your life necessitates a focus that could not be achieved amid that noise. You are not losing your mind. You are gaining your mantle. Reflect on everything you have survived thus far, the betrayals that should have shattered your spirit, the silent battles fought behind closed doors when no one knew you were crying. You did not merely survive these trials by chance. You emerged from them because a divine seal on your life thwarted the enemy's attempts to complete his mission. The enemy sought to end your life because he could foresee the blueprint of your future. He understood that if you awoke to your true identity, his influence would be irrevocably destroyed. Thus, he sent distractions and endeavored to drown out your unique voice in a sea of self-doubt and crippling anxiety. They told you that your profound sensitivity was a weakness. They deceived you. What lies within you is not a wound, but rather a finely tuned spiritual weapon. The very sensitivity they urged you to conceal is fundamentally a divine radar system, enabling you to discern hidden intentions and shift the atmosphere of any room you enter. You were never broken, and you were never a mistake. You were simply designed for an entirely different frequency. You are a chosen vessel. The immense pressure you have experienced is not the weight of the world pressing down on you. It is heaven forging a diamond from your darkest seasons. Every tear you shed in secret was nurturing the seeds of your impending breakthrough. The season of feeling misunderstood was vital for detaching you from the need for ordinary approval. Had you fit in flawlessly with them, you would have remained trapped within their limitations indefinitely. Heaven intentionally made you a misfit so that you would pursue a much higher calling. Once this profound truth resonates, everything in your reality begins to transform. You cease mourning your losses and start recognizing the divine protection behind them. Yet there is another layer to this revelation. I will illustrate how heaven has utilized this same pattern to prepare others for greatness, Let us first acknowledge this fundamental truth. You are not alone on this arduous journey. This profound sense of isolation has been a theme throughout spiritual history. Every significant figure in this domain has faced their own shadows in the wilderness. The heavens often conceal their most potent tools before unveiling them. You are currently navigating the concealed phase of your spiritual expedition. Reflect on the story of Joseph for a moment. His brothers, envious of his exceptional favor, betrayed him and cast him into a dark pit, leaving him for dead. This betrayal came from those he trusted most dearly, yet that pit was never his destined tomb. Although the enemy intended it as a trap for demise, the divine repurposed it as a vital preparation stage. Joseph's betrayal propelled him toward his true calling. Had his brothers celebrated him, he might never have ascended to the throne. Those who have recently abandoned you have inadvertently done you a great service by nudging you out of comfort and thrusting you into transformation. It is within this crucible that true change occurs. A crucible, akin to a vessel that melts down raw materials at extreme heat, serves to purge impurities until only pure gold remains. The emotional turmoil you experienced last year was the very fire of that crucible. While the enemy sought to destroy you, he inadvertently refined you instead. Your habits of seeking approval from others were burned away in that flame. The intense pressure of your circumstances actively extracted invaluable spiritual wisdom from your life. The enemy quakes at the anointing you now carry, aware that your spiritual resonance can shatter chains of bondage within your lineage and disrupt his manipulative schemes merely through your presence. This is precisely why he attempted to diminish your voice early on. He aimed to thwart your mission before you discovered your true power. You have undergone a profound spiritual metamorphosis. Contemplate the dark cocoon's isolation. The caterpillar does not simply grow wings within, but dissolves into a liquid state before being reshaped into something new. You may have felt as if you were disintegrating, yet you were not perishing in that darkness. Rather, you are shedding an old self that could no longer accommodate your evolving spirit. This isolation served as a protective barrier, shielding you from external judgments during your delicate transformation. The end of this process is near, and you are emerging with a new sense of authority. Once this realization takes root, you will be ready to engage with the next level. Throughout your time in obscurity, you have acquired a vital spiritual tool, enhanced discernment. You can sense the true energy in a room the moment you enter. Though others may appear friendly and articulate, your spirit quickly discerns the hidden untruths lurking beneath their facade. The enemy fears this ability profoundly, as his methods thrive in shadows and subtle deceptions. He relies on ordinary individuals remaining oblivious to his insidious traps, but your eyes have been opened to spiritual realities. Your acute sensitivity acts as a beacon, illuminating his dark illusions. This clarity explains why certain relationships dissolved abruptly. As your spiritual frequency ascended, your discernment sharpened. You no longer tolerated the covert toxic behaviors that others accepted as ordinary. Those vibrating at lower frequencies felt exposed in your presence and retreated because your light demanded an honesty they were unwilling to confront. Your very essence disrupts his sinister designs. This is why they sought to destabilize your sense of sanity. They aim to make you doubt the intuitive compass that the divine embedded within you. If the enemy can instill doubt in your intuition, falling back into his manipulative schemes becomes all too easy. Yet your spirit has awakened. They attempted to diminish your spiritual essence by exhausting your physical body. The peculiar illnesses and chronic fatigue were not mere coincidences. They were orchestrated attacks designed to drain your energy reserves. When physically depleted, maintaining a heightened spiritual frequency becomes increasingly challenging. The enemy wielded fatigue as a tactic to lower your vibration, yet this ploy faltered, as your true strength emanates from the divine source residing deep within your soul. Even when your body felt entirely exhausted, your spirit continued to battle silently in the heavenly realms. You pose a significant threat merely by being present. Your authority is recognized on a spiritual level, even if mundane individuals overlook you. Demons recoil at the pure frequency you embody, a constant reminder of the divine light they forfeited. This explains why toxic individuals are instinctively repelled by your serene energy. They cannot endure the truth that radiates from within you, prompting them to either attack or flee. You are on the brink of a profound spiritual vindication. Each tear shed in the dark converts into potent spiritual currency, and that which was forcibly taken from you will be replaced by something far greater. The heavens are actively clearing your path, removing hidden barriers that once held you back. You are stepping into the fullness of your calling. The enemy sought to bring your life to an early end to prevent this very moment from manifesting. He has long understood that an awakened individual is the most formidable force on earth. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You stand as a victorious warrior, having triumphed over the gravest trials and emerging with the prize. Your frequency has been significantly elevated, and you may sense the shift within yourself even now. The debilitating anxiety that once paralyzed your thoughts is gradually losing its grip, allowing you to breathe more freely as the spiritual atmosphere around you is cleared. The oppressive expectations placed upon you by others have finally shattered. You are wholly free to be your true self, emanating a light that unveils every hidden shadow. There exists a reason why your silences can sometimes carry more weight than your words. Upon grasping this significant truth, you will find that you no longer feel powerless in any environment. Shortly, I will explain why your silence instills fear in those who oppose you. However, let us first allow this realization to resonate. Opponents fear your silence because it is not merely an absence of noise, but rather a profound concentration of spiritual energy. By refraining from responding to their provocations, you effectively cut off their source of validation and chaos. They thrive on conflict to draw you back into their tumultuous existence. Yet, when you opt for complete stillness, you compel them to reflect upon their own emptiness. Your silence serves as a formidable spiritual barrier, redirecting their negativity back to its origin. You cease wasting your precious energy trying to articulate your inherent worth to those committed to misunderstanding you. Instead, you are mastering the sacred practice of stepping back and allowing higher forces to engage in the struggle on your behalf, which signifies significant spiritual advancement. This metaphor echoes the process of an eagle shedding its feathers. As an eagle matures, its heavy plumage becomes laden with dirt and mineral deposits, and its beak can grow too elongated to effectively grasp food. Consequently, its ability to soar and hunt diminishes. Rather than resign to this decline, the eagle discreetly retreats to a secluded, elevated rock. There, it undergoes the painful process of striking its old beak against the stone until it breaks off completely. It then remains in isolation until a robust new beak develops, which it uses to remove the heavy feathers one by one. For weeks, it exists in a state of vulnerability, exposed to the elements. You, too, have experienced the sensation of being that naked eagle on its isolated rock over the past months. You have felt entirely stripped of your former defenses, friendships, and comfort zones, exposed to the harsh winds of judgment. However, you are not being dismantled by the elements. Rather, you are actively rejuvenating your spiritual strength from its roots. Your new beak has been restored, and your fresh spiritual feathers are now denser and stronger than ever. You are poised to depart from that isolated rock and ascend to greater heights where adversaries can no longer reach you. This elevation aligns with your new purpose, far beyond the reach of negative entities that sought to confine you in persistent survival mode. They aim to keep your thoughts preoccupied with daily struggles such as bills, health issues, and fractured relationships, preventing you from contemplating your broader life mission. However, the hold of that survival mentality has been shattered. You are transitioning from mere survival to a state of absolute dominion. You are evolving from a mere survivor to a powerful bearer of purpose. The authority you now embody is a testament to all the endurance you've demonstrated. Each time you chose forgiveness over revenge, you conferred significant power into your spiritual reserve. Each act of kindness in an unkind world elevated your standing within the celestial hierarchy. Your scars are recognized in the spiritual realm as emblems of high honor, while your adversaries recall how their harshest tactics failed to deter you. They realize that if they could not vanquish you during your moments of weakness and solitude, they have no prospect of overcoming you now that you are fully aware of your identity. You have become a formidable force, having relinquished your fear of the wilderness. You have learned to navigate the desert for sustenance and to discern the divine voice even in profound silence. Having been thoroughly refined by challenges, you now possess the resilience of pure gold. The previous version of yourself would have faltered under the weight of what lies ahead, but you, the new self, have been specifically crafted for this task. Your presence is transforming the spiritual framework of your family lineage, yet as you approach your ultimate awakening, you will likely face a specific resistance from those who once feigned affection. It is crucial to understand that those who previously managed your self-doubt may be feeling considerable unease as you evolve. They were comfortable when you were broken and continually seeking their validation, but your sudden spiritual progress disrupts the perceived control they held over your life, leaving them unsure of how to engage with this elevated version of yourself. Your newfound radiance serves as a mirror to their unresolved traumas, prompting them to confront the darker aspects of their own souls. Instead of undertaking the necessary introspective work, they may project their insecurities onto you, labeling your self-assertiveness as arrogance. You must refrain from interpreting their withdrawal as a reflection of your worth. Their absence is actually a profound affirmation that your spiritual transformation is functioning as intended. The divine is sequentially trimming the branches of your life, for if these individuals remained connected to you, their stagnant energy would ultimately taint your foundation. It is undeniably painful to surpass those you once believed would always be by your side. You wish to elevate them on the spiritual journey alongside you, investing your energy in their development in hopes they would awaken to their potential. However, you cannot compel someone to heal if they cling to their brokenness. You are not designated to be everyone's savior in this life. Your purpose is specifically aligned with one divine assignment tailored for you. Your admirable empathy was exploited by the adversary, entangling you in persistent exhaustion. They led you to believe that establishing healthy boundaries was somehow selfish. Yet, safeguarding your sacred anointing must now be your highest priority. Notice how swiftly those who professed to care for you transformed into the most severe critics. Once you ceased being their emotional sanctuary, their superficial affection dissolved almost instantly. Their conditional love was never genuine. It was merely a convenient attachment that vanished as soon as it ceased to serve their self-centered agenda. As you move toward a vast and unencumbered space, you will breathe in the purity of this new atmosphere. Today marks a significant moment of divine affirmation for you. The profound essence of the anointing is not intended to remain concealed. Instead, it is meant to be released into a world yearning for genuine light. You have been filled so that you may eventually pour out your gifts. The wisdom you acquired during your most challenging times serves as the very remedy that will heal those who come into your life, sent from above. Your struggles were never in vain. You are not alone in bearing this significant burden. There are others chosen for this journey who are searching for the very confirmation you have received tonight. The adversary seeks to isolate and dishearten them, attempting to convince them of their madness, yet you possess the key to their liberation. This message has crossed your path for an essential purpose: to shatter the illusion of your solitude. You now carry the divine authority to dispel that same illusion for another who finds themselves in darkness at this very moment. You are activated. Your divine mission commences here. Every trial you endured in recent years was not time wasted, but rather a meticulous preparation for this exact instance. The profound pain you experienced was not meant to crush your spirit, but to fortify your spiritual resilience, enabling you to bear this substantial mantle. The peace you are currently experiencing is genuine. It is the tranquility of heaven finally enveloping your life. You are not the misfit that the world attempted to label you. Today, you are officially recognized as one of the chosen. You do not require permission from others to embrace this significant authority. Their validation is no longer essential for your spiritual well-being. You have the unwavering support from the highest spiritual realm. Your unique existence is a divine blessing to a fractured world. All previous agreements you made with limitations have been fully released, and the detrimental cycles of delay and self-doubt are permanently severed from your mindset. You will no longer dull your remarkable light to appease the ordinary. The old version of yourself has been transformed. You are stepping into the present with renewed and sacred confidence. I urge you to fully absorb this truth and let it anchor your soul. Your monumental breakthrough is not on the horizon. It is already here, actively influencing your current reality. There is no need to pursue miracles, as they are already making their way to you. You are precisely where you are meant to be. The deceptive veil of your isolation has been entirely lifted. The adversary wants you to believe that you tread this arduous path alone, but the truth is that you are surrounded by an invisible army of fierce guardians, ensuring you will no longer face these dark challenges solo. You are shielded on every front. The spiritual battles you have faced were merely the final test before your ultimate elevation. There exists a global community of chosen individuals who resonate with your spiritual language and comprehend the heavy burden of your heart. Presently, someone else is isolated and overwhelmed, pleading for a clear sign from heaven. They share the same feelings you experienced before receiving this message. They are yearning for a profound affirmation. This marks the beginning of your new spiritual assignment. You possess the ability to disrupt the adversary's cycle of isolation for another. Share this message with those who have been labeled too sensitive and with individuals who consistently give but receive little in return. Be the divine response to their midnight pleas. The world is systematically attempting to suppress this pure frequency, aiming to disconnect the chosen ones from their true power. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications, for it is crucial to stay informed about significant revelations regarding your true identity. We are assembling a powerful army of awakened spirits, and you belong with us. Some declarations necessitate a tangible action to solidify them in the earthly realm. If your spirit recognizes the profound shift that has occurred, I encourage you to acknowledge it now. Type "yes" in the comments below to affirm your declaration publicly. Let the adversary witness your agreement with heaven. Let your comments serve as a testament to your spiritual victory today. The long, arduous season of hidden preparation has concluded. You are now fully activated and prepared for the bright future that awaits you. You will not revert to the toxic environments you have outgrown. The chains of those old attachments are forever broken. When you wake up tomorrow, you will experience a newfound lightness in your physical being, replacing the anxiety that once paralyzed you. You will navigate your day with unwavering confidence, and those around you will sense the substantial shift in your spiritual frequency, marveling at the pure light you carry. You are wholly protected from darkness and profoundly loved by the Creator. You are finally home,